Okay, so welcome to another trade review, and this is yesterday trade, so 23rd of June. So initially it was like a low resistance run. That's why I just typed like spending too much time in inefficiencies. So and it's because it's after 10:30, so I was planning to cut bait. Cut bait means don't trade anymore because that's what ICT usually do. But still, I can study, right? So just doing nothing. Okay, what does it mean by spending too much in inefficiencies? Okay, look at this big BC right here, and then we have another CB right here, and price is just back and forth using the previous candles range. So this is what we call high resistance run if you use ICT concepts. That's why to be able to look at price like that, knowing when to sit still and when not to sit still, to me, I'm really, until lately only I got the hang of it, and just feeling very comfortable not doing anything because there's nothing to do. Just look at how prices keep moving back and forth only. So basically this is time distortion. That's why I just sat still waiting for the 1050 macro, because we've been trading higher and all the pre-market buy side liquidity and the opening range buy side liquidity is already taken, so it makes sense for some retracement, but we have to wait for time. Is it time to do it? So right now we are close to 1050 macro. Look right here, like the time right here at the lower right corner, 1047, and then we have buy side taken once again. So to me, just waiting for time to see market structure shift. So yeah, that was what I was waiting for. So just typing out 2 more minutes for the 1050 macro. Yeah, and then we have a market structure shift right there, displacement. So at this point, yeah, so my max risk is always 20 points. So just measuring, I always just do things that is easy for me. So just looking, and then there we go with our fill. Okay, at this point, 21988. So it's a 16, is a 12-point stop loss. It's a 14-point stop loss. Okay, 14 points roughly like $28. Yeah, just looking at the pre-market, everything looking pretty good. Just want to show you guys what I was looking at. Maybe just let me pull it. Okay. Yeah, so this was the high that I was looking at that is taken. So buy side is taken already, and what am I looking at actually? Basically looking at the ES and Dow. Do we have confirmation? Because at this point, okay, ES and Dow was trading lower, and Dow specifically was trading lower, but Nasdaq wasn't that much. Then we had SMT, and then we have, I was checking whether ES tally with Nasdaq or not. So we have a CB that we use for entry, and ES have the same thing. So basically, if the intermarkets tally, you know that you are likely to have expansion if there is time, and you know that you are on side or off side. So for dollar, I want to see the exact same thing, but the opposite direction. So we want to see dollar trade higher. So dollar took out this sell side, and then later we have this BC. Basically want to see all these act as discount to trade higher. That was what I was looking at. Just measuring. Where is the low hanging fruit? Where is the discount? Because sell short at a premium. Pretty nice at this point. So just looking at the market, want to see all indices displays, and we can see in Dow, ES also. So expect the same thing to happen in Nasdaq basically. Yep. So want to see expansion because we have a immediate rebalance. So stop loss is being shift because I don't want to see this CB get retested anymore. So retest the high of the BC right now. The CB I use for entry. This one acting as inversion. So at this point you want to see expansion. Like I said, I want to see expansion, right? So basically a very short scalp and just looking for low hanging fruit, the new day opening gap, and boom, there we have it. And just a 30 points easy scalp with the time 1050 macro, silver bullet, and there you have the business. 21988 sold at there, and then yeah, roughly 30 points or so. Yeah, but actually I was quite reluctant to take at the 21957. I wanted to take at 21953, which is the newly opening gap, which we took it also. But that this level is actually, like I showed you just now, a 5 minute discount array. So very good area to be profitable and be wrong. Okay, because it can just turn from there, or you can just stay in the sidelines, wait until lunch macro, then trade higher or lower. You can do a lot of things at this point. So when there's two sides, when you see two sides, when you can frame two sides, there's actually not high probability anymore. So yeah, back to that is because I was not contented. I feel like, just 30 points. But actually 30 points goes a long way, right? Because from where I'm at, it is $60 is like 250, 260 ringgit. So it's equivalent to $250 or $260, which is just made within 20 minutes. And yeah, I guess I got to remind myself that it's it's not okay to be greedy at this point, because right now I'm still fixing my drawdown, and yeah, I can see that it's going to be fixed in no time, just slowly but surely. And as long as I focus within these risk parameters, which is risking $40, and my risk to reward definitely will be more than $40, because $40 is just 20 points, and generally the trades during AM session will be able to yield more than that, especially if you enter at a low risk entry. So yeah, I'm pretty shocked that I'm able to read price right now and being able to trade like that, because 6 months ago, $20, $25 was a very, very big amount. 8 months ago, very big. And I remember that I was trading on the XPX with Black Bull, and I accidentally placed a position where it is, I think, $5 a point. So it's equivalent to a micro E-mini contract on ES, $5 per point. And that time I just felt like, man, it's such a big loss and stuff, because my brain was converting it to the currency over here, and losing $100, losing 100 ringgit in just less than 10 minutes was, it left a bad taste in my mouth. I can only say that because I really remember it. And back then I was still staying in an apartment. I haven't moved in here to stay with my parents yet. So, well, why did we even decided to move in? All this stuff, we'll talk about it when we have time, but it is all related to the good advice that ICT shared, okay? So anyways, we can see that the bodies were staying above the new day opening gap, and which makes sense for it for you to exit right here if when you start seeing this kind of structure. And also right to the tick, 18th of June, first presented salary gap, right to the tick, respected. And we have a stacking confluence of the new day opening gap also. That's why it's very, to me, this is enough already. 60 points. You know, I just came back from work yesterday also. I just came back from work and then just opened the charts and saw that there was a very nice run upwards. So since buy side is cleared, we want to the algo will generally seek for sell side because all these old lows right here and inefficiencies is unfilled, so it wants to fill it, and the old lows generally will have sell stops under it, so it makes sense for the algo to not let anybody be profitable except the smart money, right? So just trading along the what the algo will do. One shot scalp, 30 points, $60. Pretty fair. So just gonna remind myself that man, this is like $240 is equivalent to it's more than 10% of my freaking wage. Currently right now I think I'm earning like 1,800 ringgit a month, which is I can tell you what, okay, it's not even enough to make ends meet. So for the majority, because well, I'm a wise spender and I live within my means, and I do not sacrifice my health. I try to do everything balanced way. So 1,800, okay, 2% of that. So let's say 20%. Okay, 20% is 360. So I made almost like maybe 17-18% of my fucking monthly wage that I have to work for fucking 8 hours. So yeah, you got to tell me whether I have to be contented or not. No, you don't have to. 30 points, fucking doing wonders already, and I wasn't even contented with it. So, but just going to remind myself to always trade based on price. Okay, trade based on price. Where is low hanging fruit? Just take it because you only have one contract right now. So just take it, low hanging fruit. Just take it. Don't care about anything else. Okay, so that's the way I'm going to get out my drawdown. That's the way I'm going to be profitable. That's the way I'm going to make money with the lease contract. So 2 months in trading, re-zero my whole trading with the least leverage, but making the most money right now. Currently, I can see. So very glad that I take good advice. Very blessed to be in this position to be able to figure out so many things under the guidance of the one and only God and ICT. So yep, I can take any losses right now because it's just $40. I will just lose and I'll stop. Max is just $40 loss. And if there was some flurry price action, $100, $200, no problem. Because in the end of the day, as long as I stick to this model, it's proven already. It's proven that I just have to stick to the process, and we shall see how we fix this drawdown, baby. Yeah, see you guys in the next one, okay?